with y'all. Can I get a mic check 1 2? Make sure my audio is good. Mic check 1 2. Making sure we straight. Mic check real quick before we get into it. Make sure you hit that. Hey, my man got that. I told y'all up already. We're gonna talk about it. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, get the comments. On our road to 25,000. 25K, 25,000 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button for your boy. Lots to get into. Not going to be up here too long, though, because I got some daddy duties to do. So I'm going to get up out of here, probably 30-minute stream, and then I'm getting out of here. But we got to talk about these waiver claims, bro. Wow, 6. Man, we got up here yesterday and said it was going to be 2. 2 maybe? Man. And we claimed 6 dudes off the practice squad. 6 guys, which is crazy. That got to be some kind of record. I mean, off the waiver wire. 6 guys off of the waiver wire, which is nuts. That's a lot of guys. So with the corresponding moves, you had to let 6 guys go. And so we're going to talk about it. They said don't cry. Yo, that's funny. Y'all still on that, bro. Y'all don't miss nothing, bro. Y'all don't miss or forget anything. I wasn't crying yesterday. My contacts was jacked up. I wore my glasses all day. I just threw my contacts in, so I should be good. But that's funny because y'all don't miss nothing and y'all don't forget nothing. Shout out to y'all. All right, so let me go ahead. Let's go ahead and share my screen real quick so we can talk about this stuff because it's a lot to talk about, man. Goodness gracious. A lot to talk about. Let's do this, and then we'll go into this and take off this. All right. So here we are. Waiver claims. So we got 6 guys that we claimed off of waivers. One of them, y'all was talking about yesterday with a lot. Keenan Isaac, 6'3" cornerback from Tampa Bay, had a really good preseason for the Tampa Bay Bucks, and we took him. So not only that, we took 2 more cornerbacks. So we got 3 total. What happened? 3 total cornerbacks, which is wild to me. 3 total cornerbacks that we take. And again, I'm going to go back to the views yesterday. I did update all of the graphics. So we're going to take a look at how the position groups look right now as it stands. I hope I didn't miss anything. If I did, I apologize. I was trying to do this quickly so I can get the stream out and be done before I got to take my kids to their dance. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into it. Isaac, again, 24 years old. This is a pretty old guy for him to be just coming out, but 24 years old. He was a special teams guy. So we did, a couple of special teams guys that we lost, i.e., Sam Franklin. Now you replace a guy, you don't know what's going to happen with Sam Franklin moving forward. We added some cornerback depth and got some special teams play in this guy as well. So solid. I'm not mad at this. He's undrafted. Went to Georgia Southern. So shout out to no, I'm talking about it's another guy. Excuse me, that's Bartholomew. Bartholomew went to Georgia Southern. I apologize for that. And we saw him with the Jets. Shamar Bartholomew. He played for the Jets, and we saw him during joint practices. So they got a good look at him and was like, all right, we need that. Pause. We need that. So he was another undrafted guy. Going back to Keenan Isaac, he did have 1 interception to the preseason, which we talked about that yesterday as well. 25-year-old Castro Fields. Okay, Tariq Castro Fields. He's a former 6th-round pick from the 49ers out of Penn State. He played 10 games for the Commanders with 1 start. So he does have some sort of experience, which is solid. You always want to have some solid experience while you're kind of mixing it up with these undrafted guys. And then Jamie Sheriff. Now, one quick thing, while I was updating this roster, I noticed that Jamie Sheriff is not listed on the Panthers roster just yet. So I'm pretty sure they're trying to figure out I don't know, it's not compensation because obviously a waiver claim. We're just assuming a contract. They're trying to figure some things out, I'm assuming, because he is not quite listed on the official Panthers roster. So just keep an eye on that. I don't think it's anything to be afraid of or anything like that. I just think that he hasn't been added yet. So just keep an eye on that. John Radigan, Ratadigan. Man, you know what? You see it, bro. My man John, the linebacker. I see he rocked number 59. That's not gonna work here. But he's a 25-year-old product out of Army. He again 36 games played for the Seahawks, and he knows the special teams coordinator Tracy Smith. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You got some connection there. Again, he's gonna have to choose a new number because that's not gonna fly here in the Carolinas. But again, I'll take it. Joins a pretty decent linebacker group, so I'm not mad at that. But again, some of these guys you're gonna see added to this roster are going to be special teams contributors, and again, that's important. That is important. We talk about that all the time. Then you got offensive guard Jared Kingston. He's a former 6th-round pick out of Southern Cal, who also played for Washington State and started games at both tackle and guard for USC last year. And he was a 6th-round pick this year, this round pick from this year. So that's like adding another draft pick. So that's a smart move. Smart move for Dan Morgan. Not bad. Now, with that said, you had there's a live press conference. I'm not gonna look at that right now. We'll come back to that later. Y'all, if y'all want to go see the press conference, go ahead, lock back in. But I'm not gonna look at the press conference. Y'all got that. I gotta do this and then I gotta get out of here. So I'll take a look at the press conference a little bit later. And that shout out to y'all for saying that though. I appreciate that. But I'm not gonna look at the press conference right now. Corresponding moves. Amir Smith-Marset. Wow. Dave. Shout out to Dave. Shout out to Dave because Dave called it. I was the one saying, yo, this guy is the best returner on the field. He's the best returner on the team. And we let him go. So now we're down to 5 wide receivers on the roster. We went from 7 to 5. And we'll talk about the other wide receiver that we let go just a second ago. But Dave, he was right. As much as I hate it, I got to give him his props. He be wrong sometimes. But on this, and I don't got the button, but it sounds something like this. I told y'all. Yeah, he did. He did it. He told it. He did tell us that Amir Smith-Marset was gonna be gone. I don't got the button. I just did it though. I don't got the button. I don't got the button. But also Cade Mays. It's a couple of guys that were gone too that we talked about yesterday. We said that Cade Mays was probably gonna be gone. We said Deshaun James was probably be gone. Jaden Peavy, we said he was probably gonna be first on the list. Damani Richardson, gone. And yes, no more Coke boys for now. I told y'all. Let me do it again. I'm getting a stream deck, Landon. It's coming tomorrow. Pause. The stream deck will be here tomorrow. That's a part of my new equipment with my new mic. All that's coming tomorrow. But I did say this yesterday. As much as I'm a fan of Jalen Coker, that I am, I did say that there was a possibility that he was going to get waived today, right? We knew this. So we victory lap yesterday, but unfortunately, the Coker experiment is over for now. Coke boys down. We got picked up. Off the block. Hopefully we get released tomorrow. Yeah, we got to get released tomorrow. Let us back out on the corner. Coke boys in the house. You know what I mean? So Jalen Coker did get released. Hopefully he will clear waivers. And let me talk about this for a second because this is a smart move by the Carolina Panthers. I tweeted this today, but the way that they orchestrated these waiver wire cuts, it gives the opportunity for teams to build out their rosters, right? Everybody's building their rosters through these waiver claims. A lot of waiver claims happened today, right? So teams are starting to fill out their rosters, and we're just going to sneak Jalen Coker out there on the waivers, and hopefully he clears, right? This is strategic. You want your guy out there when there's less likely of the opportunity for everybody to pick him up, and that's what's happening right now. We let him loose when everybody's got their rosters already set. And now, hopefully, everybody's kind of got their blinders on, getting everything set. They're bringing in their guys, and they won't see it. Hopefully, they won't see it, y'all. They won't see it. Hopefully, they won't see it. With that said, let me say this too. TMJ, I saw TMJ did get picked up by the 49ers. Salute to him. But prior to that, every single Carolina Panther went unclaimed. Every single Carolina Panther went unclaimed, including Terrace Marshall. He just signed somewhere else. But every single Panther went unclaimed, cleared waivers. So hopefully that's the case tomorrow. Again, different with Jalen Coker, highly touted, undrafted free agent. A lot of eyes on him. Steve Smith has gone on record saying he's the best route runner in this past draft. And so there's a lot of eyes on him. There's a lot of attention on him. That's how most of us fell in love with Jalen Coker initially, is because our legend, Steve Smith, spoke highly of him, right? And so when Steve Smith speaks highly of a receiver, you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention. And so that's what happened. Hopefully he clears waivers. Hopefully he's going to clear waivers. But yes, Panthers rule. You're right. It's going to be very interesting 24 hours to say the least. Hopefully nobody puts that claim in, and we'll know by noon-ish tomorrow. We're still building our practice squad. I see these alerts. I appreciate it. I see you, Carson. Shout out to Carson. And kudos, while I'm on this, shout out to Carson, because Carson was one of the guys that said it. Hey, he's like Derek Wright or one of the other guys that we had last year, where we kept him on the practice squad, or he made the roster initially, and then we cut him the next day. Carson said that, right? And it's a very valid point. It could happen, and it did happen. I think we were able to bring back Wright to the practice squad. So hopefully that happens with Coker. Hopefully we'll bring him back on the practice squad and then protect him throughout the season. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens for sure. Who's going to be our returner now? Your returners are going to be Blackshear and probably David Moore. That's why David Moore was getting so much burn for the return game. And I don't think we might not be done, y'all. We could go out there and get some more guys. We could sign some more guys. The roster turnover isn't done yet. It's not over yet. So we have time to continue to bring more guys in. I don't see us done at all. You could put XL there too. XL can return, but we didn't see him. I didn't see him take any return snaps at training camp. Not a one. Not one. So Blackshear is a good returner, and probably David Moore until further notice. ISM can come back on the practice squad, but he seems pretty perturbed. I saw his Twitter feed. It's his birthday tomorrow, so he said happy birthday to me. Got cut, which sucks, and he's just looking for opportunity. I think he wants an opportunity to play somewhere. I don't think he wants to be a return specialist, but at this point, you got to take what you can take. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we'll make it happen. So just a real quick recap. We got a lot of people, 731 people in the building right now. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter, all that good stuff, or X, whatever we're calling it. But here are the waiver claims so far. We'll just go back through them. Keenan Isaac, Shamar Bartholomew, Tariq Castro Fields, Jamie Sheriff, John Radigan. We'll go with that. And Jarrett Kingston. And corresponding moves, we cut Amir Smith-Marset, Cade Mays, Deshaun Jameson, Jaden Peavy, Jalen Coker, and Damani Richardson. So that's it. Again, I agree. I agree with my man Niv Rash. He says none of this is too surprising. I would agree. There's nothing too surprising at all. It makes complete sense. So, but yeah, so let's go through the roster as it stands right now. We updated all the graphics. If I missed something, I apologize, but here we go. Here's what we got. And did I add the practice squad? Here's the practice squad. So the practice squad is still developing, right? This is the practice squad so far, right? Jordan Matthews, Mike Boone came back. So I know a lot of y'all like Mike Boone. Alex Cook came back. Chandler Wooten, TJ Smith, love TJ Smith. Glad he's back. Walter Palmore, outside linebacker Kenny Dyson, Mason Brooks, Jack Plummer, Lonnie Johnson Jr., and also I just saw Felipe Franks. I did not add Felipe Franks to this. And then they also added one more person that they added. I can't remember. Let me check my alerts here. Let me see. I can't remember who it was. It was somebody else. Who am I missing, chat? see if I can find it. Oh, here it goes. Thomas Incoom. Thomas Incoom. He's the other guy. He's a linebacker from Denver. He played in 4 games last year for Denver. He is also signing to the practice squad, according to Panthers. Shout out to Panthers Breakdown. They do a good job. Good graphics, good Instagram, good Twitter. Shout out to Panthers Breakdown. But so if that's, do we sign another guy too? Jatari Carter? Is that another guy? Is this another guy that we signed? I don't know that to be true. But with that, we're down to 4 spots now. Yeah, Jatari Carter. So I didn't see that one. I missed that one. So with that, we're gonna be down to 4 spots. No, 3 spots. Because you got Felipe Franks, Thomas Incoom, Jatari Carter. So that's 3 spots. 3 spots. Shout out to the chat, man. Y'all holding it down, man. Couldn't do this without y'all. So that's 3 spots, bro. Oh, we got another one. Teron Jackson. Is this true too? Because that'll be 2 spots. That's 2 spots, if that's the case. And then my man Tony says they'll save the last 2 spots for Coker and Richardson. I don't know. You can always move guys. So shout out to that, man. That's dope. Man. Yeah, practice squad guys can be dropped at any time to bring back old guys. Yes, that is absolutely correct. Coke boys, stand up. We still outside now. I'm gonna be completely honest. I got to keep that same energy. If he go to another team, it might have to be on site. If he go to another team. You know what I mean? I got to keep that same energy with everybody. Salute the Coker, but you got to come back to the practice squad, homie, or we done. You know what I mean? It's on site. I got to keep that same. He on the ops, so we got to keep that same energy. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, he does not go to a division rival. Because I'll be honest with you, I think the Saints need some wide receiver help, and I'll be devastated. I'll be devastated, bro. I'll be devastated if he goes to the Saints or Atlanta or any other team in the NFC South. We're gonna see though. We put him out there, so it is what it is. It is what it is. So according to this list, it's my apologies, and that's true. This is true. According to our interview, he said this on our interview. He was a Saints fan growing up, but I'll be devastated, bro. I'll be devastated if that happens. Hey, this is facts. Joseph Miller says yesterday, Shy was talking about getting a Coker jersey. Now he might be an op. That's how I roll, bro. That's how I roll, B. All right, Teron Jackson. This is Mike K. Shout to Wesley. Teron Jackson will sign. We plan to sign former Eagles defensive end Teron Jackson, who went to Coastal Carolina to our practice squad. So that is going to be interesting. We're down to 2 open spots. So disregard this 4 spots. It's down to 2 now. I'll update this graphic a little bit later. Again, this is ever changing. So if something happens, I apologize. Everything's happening so quick, just like yesterday. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and update it now. I don't like the way this. I can do it real quick. So we'll do 2 spots. Somebody type the names in the chat so I can just copy and paste. Here we go. Oh, nope, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to type them. I'm going to have to type them, unfortunately. Who's the other cat I was missing? What's up, my other name? Jatari Carter. He's a guard. I think I say he's a guard. I still got 13. I'm still missing somebody. I'm missing one person. Who am I missing? Thank you, Mr. Sean. I don't know if I'm spelling his name right, but we're live, so it is what it is. All right. Let's get back to it. Let's quickly go through where we are from and again, 2 spots remaining. I know I probably butchered Felipe Frank's name. I apologize. I was doing this on the fly. But here's where we are. 2 spots remaining on the practice squad. And hopefully Coker comes back. If not, it is what it is. I did not watch Canellis' presser. No, I'll watch it later. But we went down from 7 wide receivers to 5 wide receivers, which is very interesting. And that's what he had last year. He had 5 guys in Tampa as well. I did see this. Lonnie Johnson Jr. said he got smoked for the Saints week 1. Yeah, he said he got smoked for them for real. I like that energy. I like it. I welcome all smoke with the ops. I welcome it. All right, so let's go through these moves real quick and the way our roster looks right now. Quarterbacks: Bryce Young, Andy Dalton. That did not change today. Chuba Hubbard, Sanders, Brooks, Raheem Blackshear. That did not change today either. Yeah. So yes, Bob. So this is an interesting question. Can another team take a player off of our practice squad? Yes, but we can protect up to 4 guys each week. Each week going into a game, you can protect 4 guys that cannot be touched, and you can go ahead and protect the same guy every week if you need to. But yeah, you have to. Yes, the unprotected guys can be snatched, and you don't want to be snatched. You always want to protect yourself, if you know what I mean. So always be protected. So we want to protect. If there's a guy like Jalen Coker, you got to go ahead and protect him every week. But shout out to Coker, bro. We'll see if we get him back. Shout out to Marquis Jones. Big ups to Shad for the marathon yesterday. You're goated. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. That was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed myself. I didn't even go to sleep till like 12. Interesting. Canales said kick returner as of today will be Blackshear, Moore, and Boone. Keyword as of today. As of today. That's the key word. I don't think they're done. And yes, this is a great point. Yes, another team can pick up a guy off of our practice squad, but they have to be added to that team's 53-man roster. Great clarification. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So that's the running backs. No change here. Tight ends, surprisingly, no moves for the tight ends. I was very surprised that we didn't bring in another tight end. Now, Felipe Franks is on the practice squad. Jordan Matthews also on the practice squad. So that's dope. I'm glad we got Jordan Matthews and Felipe Franks on the practice squad, but I thought we would keep 4 on the roster. But I'm glad that Jordan Matthews came back. Very, very happy about that. Again, not just the play, but the leadership aspect. And I think the players gravitate towards him. So I like that. I like that for sure. This is dope. Shout out to Vashti from Keep Blitzing. Canales, we're a developmentally minded organization. That's the way to go. I hope you develop my man, Jalen Coker. We got to get him back. If he hasn't been claimed, he could sign with any team. So they could go after Eskridge. They could. Yes, Jack is on the practice squad. That is correct. Jack is on the practice squad. Okay. But they could still sign him. Yeah. Okay. This is interesting. No need to worry about Coker going to the Saints. They officially signed 16 players to their practice squad. They could still, if they put in a claim, they would have to sign him to the active roster. If they put in a waiver claim, they would have to sign him to the 53-man. So that wouldn't impact the 16-man practice squad. TMJ went to the 49ers. He didn't get claimed, though. He went unclaimed and chose to go to the 49ers. All of our guys that we cut yesterday went unclaimed. Every single one of them. That you can look at that one or two ways. I mean, there's really only one way to look at it, but I won't be negative on here. But anyway, interior offensive linemen. So here you go. Jared Kingston inserted. We've still got 10 offensive linemen. Let me move myself so y'all can see it. My apologies. Let me move myself to the corner. Move myself up here. Now you can see it. So you got Austin Corbett, Robert Hunt, Damian Lewis, Jared Kingston, Andrew Rame, Chandler Zavala, and Brady Christensen. Those are interior offensive linemen. Kingston, looking forward to it. All these guys have pretty solid PFF grades too, as well. Preseason PFF grades. I would bring them up, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to review each player. And I did not have a chance to make a slide for each guy with the PFF stuff. So we'll go over that at some point. It won't be now because I got to get out of here in about 10 minutes. We might have time a little bit later. Offensive tackles. Icky, Taylor Moton, Yash Nijman, no real movement there. Ricky Lee, not even back to the practice squad, which is very interesting there. That's interesting there. Wide receivers, down to 5. We went from 7 to 5. Smith Marset cut, Jalen Coker cut. Hopefully we can bring both of those guys back. I don't know. But Deontay Thielen, Mingo, Moore, David Moore, and Xavier Legette. And yes, I did look at the CB's PFF grades. They all had good PFF grades. Preseason PFF grades. That's important to note. Preseason. All right. Defensive ends. Derek Brown, Ashawn Robinson, LeBron Ray, and Jamie Sheriff. Jamie Sheriff, defensive end there. Again, another solid player that we picked up. Should be interesting. Defensive tackles. Shaw Tuttle, Nick Thurman, Jaden Peavy. Actually, Peavy should be gone. Peavy's on the practice squad. My apologies. Jaden Crumity. Those are your interior defensive tackles. Peavy should have an X and moved over here. He's on the practice squad. All right. Linebackers, Trevin Wallace, Cloud Sherless, John Radigan, Shaq, Josie Jewell. Solid group right here. And again, you got some special teams guys here. My man, the new guy from Seattle, special teams guy. All right. Outside linebackers. So we brought in some help here. Jamie Sheriff, who had a very solid, why did I put him on the defensive ends? My apologies. Sheriff should have been under outside linebacker. My bad, y'all. Again, I threw this together real quick, so I apologize. Sheriff should be under outside linebacker, edge rusher help. We needed that. We needed that bad. I don't know if he had a really good preseason for the Seahawks. So it should be interesting. It should be interesting to see how he fits in that rotation. Who's going to start? Who's going to rotate in? We might not be done there, but it's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. Cornerbacks. This is where we went crazy. And you're going to see one not up here. My man, Keenan Isaac. I put him under safeties. He's actually listed as a DB on the official roster. It's only because I didn't have enough room. All right. So Shamar Bartholomew, Tariq Castro Fields. I wonder if they're going to keep all these guys. You're looking at now 7 cornerbacks. And between cornerbacks and safety, this is a lot of guys. I don't know if we're going to keep all these guys. I'm sure they will make some moves wherever they deem necessary. But Shaw Smith Wade, Troy Hill, Mike Jack, J.C. Horn are all of our cornerbacks. So it's very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting stuff here. And they're all pretty big guys too. Big cornerbacks. And we'll look at that stuff and just say I got 5 minutes. I'll try to pull up some of their PFF grades in just a second. But yeah, I have Keenan Isaac here under a safety. He should be under cornerback. He's listed as a DB. I just didn't have enough room. So that's on me. All right. So let's look at some PFF grades real quick, because I think it's going to be intriguing to see some of these guys. I need to stop real quick. Still here. Give me 1 second. Share a new window. Let's go back to the corner. All right. So yeah, Jamie Sher. Let me blow this up a little bit. So Jamie Sher, 6'2", 265. Let's take a look at his grades for the preseason. 1,032 people in the building too, man. Appreciate y'all. Hit that subscribe button for your boy while we pull these PFF grades up. And this is preseason grades. So 2024 preseason grades. Not bad. Really good game. Solid amount of snaps too. 60 snaps. Even in that third preseason game, got a lot of work in. 12 pressures in the preseason is a lot. He had 3 sacks. Very solid work there. 2 quarterback hits, 7 hurries. I mean, he was putting some work in, bro. He's putting some work in. I ain't gonna hold you. Defensive line. What I like to do though is I like to see where he lined up. So I like to do snaps by position, look at the detailed snaps, and see where he feasted. So you're looking at outside linebacker. So he played right and left, played both sides, more snaps on the left side. That's very interesting. So just keep that in mind. He is an outside linebacker. Solid work. That's not bad. It's not bad. Had a really good game against the Chargers. I got to go back and watch that one. 3 hurries, 4 total pressures in one game, and only 16 snaps. He went to work. He was working somebody. Whoever was on that Chargers squad getting wrecked, probably not on the team anymore. But he was getting smacked. Let's look up the other guys. Look up the other guys. Give me 1 second. Shamar Bartholomew. Ooh, look at these grades here, bro. Solid work too. Solid work. 6'1", 200 pounds. He's a big cornerback. That's a solid size cornerback. 81 snaps. That's a nice sample size. So we're not talking about less than 10 snaps per game. He's playing 20 snaps a game easily, or at minimum. 87 average grade, bro. He's putting in work. Run defense solid. Coverage grade 85. Wow. That's good work. That's good work. Coverage targeted 9 times, so he was getting targeted. This is good work. Shamar's good work, bro. I see why they went out and got him. I'm not mad at that. That's good work. Good tackles. No missed tackles. Just a couple things I look at when I'm looking through PFF scores and grades and data. No penalties. That's solid work, bro. Solid work. Let's look up Castro Fields. Tariq Castro Fields, another 6'1", 197, 6th round pick. This is again solid work here. 80 snaps, 57 snaps in coverage, 75 total grade on average for the season. Coverage grade 75. Couple tackles, not bad. Was he targeted? Yes, 11 targets, 2 receptions allowed. Only gave up 11 yards. 1 PBU, solid work. No interceptions, not bad. No penalties. It's good work. That's good work, man. I like this kid. Let's look at my man Radigan. I don't know how you say his name, but We're gonna roll with it. 6'1", 245-pound linebacker, 65 grade. Not too bad. Not too bad. He played 74 snaps, so a decent amount. He had three pressures, 2 sacks. Wow. 2 sacks, 1 quarterback hit, 2 missed tackles. That's a little of a knock, but he played linebacker, so I ain't mad at it at all. It happens. No penalties. 1 PBU, solid in coverage. Let's see what his coverage grade is. It's 57. That's not terrible. It's not terrible. Yeah, that's good work. It's good work here. Jared Kingston, guard. Let's see what his grades. What these blocking grades looking like? See what these blocking grades looking like. 60 total grade, 140 snaps. That's a lot of snaps. A lot of snaps. Seems to be a better pass rusher than a pass blocker, than a run blocker. Gave up no sacks, two total pressures out of 100. No, that's not bad at all. That's actually good. That's great. 140 snaps, only giving up 2 pressures, 1 per game. That's not bad, bro. Lined up at left guard, right guard. Little versatility there. I'm not mad at that. I like that. I like that pickup. Not mad at all. Did I look up Sheriff? I don't think I looked up Sheriff. Give me 1 second. Yeah, did I? Yes, I did. So Sheriff, 6'2", 265. 3 sacks. Wow. 12 pressures, 12 total pressures, 3 sacks, 2 hurries, or 2 hits, 7 hurries, 3 tackles, 1 missed tackle. Not bad there. Where did he line up at? Oh yeah, I looked at this already, I think. My bad. Just making sure. Just making sure. Got a sheriff and an outlaw. My bad, yeah. I was just making sure. Just making sure. But yeah, man, this is solid, bro. Shout out to Zach Rappaport. He says, Panthers tight end Tommy Tremble, who's been dealing with a hamstring issue, says the plan is to be back for Saints in week 1. Yeah, we welcome that. We need that. We need that. Yes, we are aware that TMJ was signed by the 49ers. We're well aware. Well aware. Oh, did I not look at Isaac? My bad. We'll go back to it. My fault. I thought we looked at Isaac. I knew we were missing somebody. My apologies, y'all. My bad. My bad. Y'all got it. 6'3", 186. 77 snaps. That's a lot of snaps. 57 of those coverage. 92 grade against Cincinnati. He was balling out. 92 coverage grade. That's nuts. I thought we looked at this yesterday, but it's cool. I might have looked at it on my own. My bad. Sacks, he had 2 tackles, no missed tackle, or 3 total tackles, no missed tackles. 1 interception against, I believe that was Cincinnati, right? Yep, Cincinnati. And then only gave up 2 targets, 1 reception. This is good work. That's good work. He played a lot of snaps too. They wasn't going his way. He was strapping. Bro. So let's look at this corner. Yep, lined up a cornerback, twice in the slot, once in the box. So this is good. Good work here. Good work here. I like the cornerback pickups. I'm not gonna hold you. I think they can develop into something. These cornerback pickups were solid. Very solid work, and it's better than what we had on our roster. They got to be better than Jamie Robinson. Let's compare that to my man. I said Deshaun. I said Jamie Robinson. I meant Deshaun Jameson. Let's compare that to Jameson's numbers. That's who we had, bro. Let's take a look at that. Look at that. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying. You see a lot of orange up here. Just look at the colors. Shout out to my colorblind folk out there. But if you can see colors, bro, you can see that this don't look like what we just saw from the previous three guys. So that's why they decided to make that move. And it's preseason to preseason, right? So we're comparing apples to apples. So I get it. I get those moves. I'm not mad. Oh, y'all said y'all want to see Boodle too? We can look at some more guys we had. Not bad. Boodle wasn't bad. Not as bad as Jameson. 82. But we still upgraded. You know what I mean? So just saying. Just saying. All right. So I got to get out of here, but I just want to leave y'all with this. This is something I said on Twitter earlier today, or X, wherever you're looking at. Listen, I know we like certain players, and I broke my own rule with Jalen Coker. I told y'all not to get connected to players like that, and don't get attached. I broke my own rule. You know what I mean? But let me just say this. Let Dave Canellis and Dan Morgan cook. We don't have a point to complain yet. Let the product hit the field. Let the product hit the field first. And if the product on the field matches, they look like they have some alignment and wins are starting to occur, let's let them cook. There's a time and place to complain, right? Even as a fan of certain guys, I can't complain about it. They doing what's best for what they see fit for the team. I'll just say this: the moves that they made, it seems to have thought behind it. It appears that there's a direction, and we just gotta let it play out, bro. We gotta let it play out. Coker being released today versus yesterday, that's a strategic move. That's thought. There's thought to that. We're not just making moves for the sake of making moves. So let things, before we start complaining about every little thing, let's just let it play out. That's what I'm saying. Let it play out. I'm ready to complain, bro. When it's time to complain, we start losing all these games. I'm out here. I'm gonna be the first to complain. But I gotta let them show me something before I can complain. So trust the process. Let them. I know that's cliche, terrible thing to use, terrible words to use. But let's wait and see. Let's wait and see how it plays out, man. Coker got released today. He could come back to the practice squad. He could be protected every week. He could develop into a monster. We don't know. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and let it play out before we start to cry over everything. Okay. So we good. Panther Nation, we good. We good. Let it play out. Patience. Just a little bit of patience. With that said, shout out to Grandizer. I did say this. I remember saying this too. And it still stands. It still stands to this day. If we lose our first 4 games, I'm going crazy. But I gotta wait. I gotta wait before I start complaining. Let it play out. We ain't seen Canel's coach a regular season game yet. The preseason showed promise. Let it play out. Let's see what happens. But when it's time to complain, I'm with y'all. I'm with the smoke. I'm with the smoke. With that said, man, hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, get in the comments, all that good stuff. I'm getting out of here. Thank y'all for joining the stream. Keep pounding, y'all. Let the process play out. We out of here.